Alrighty, I think I'm live on Facebook. No, I'm live on YouTube. Sorry, got that one wrong. And let's get going live here. Alrighty, I'm up on YouTube, and I'm got the little spinny circle like I always get. Facebook. I'm probably actually live on Facebook, but I don't have my screen where I can access anything yet. So we shall see how that plays out. Still nothing. So we're still spinning on Facebook. Guess I'll pour my beer while it still spins and tries to load. The awesome Facebook director. Oh, I think we may have her. I think we may have it. All right, let me roll up, see if I got my. We do. We are live. All right. Jeremy Black is hot on the tracks. He's right there. First one to check in. Jeremy Black, good race this weekend. Let me get my fat tire poured here. Alrighty, I think I'm up and live. Jay Black's checked in. I'm rolling on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. And again, I just want to say and I'll repeat this a few times throughout. I can't see when you view the stream. So if you want to let me know you're there, you're going to have to drop a comment and say hi. Let me know. And you do that and you have any questions or comments, and I'll definitely address them. We've got a few subjects today. I don't know. I think we'll probably be right about an hour-ish. Maybe I'll sneak through. Depends on how much commentary there is. But we'll just kind of rock and roll from there. So as I put in the notes, Daryl Stilson, hey, what's happening, Daryl? So I'm gonna talk Red Dirt Rendezvous. We raced this weekend. It was great. It's great to see all you guys and all our friends and get back together again. And man, we've been missing it for sure. We'll talk all about RDR and Kids Cup and adults and everything that happened. I do have one scheduling announcement that I'll make. I'll probably do that first. I'm going to talk a little bit about NICA. And during the RDR discussion, because it is part of RDR, I want to talk a little bit about Kids Cup. So just give a special shout out there. That's the plan for this evening. So obviously, if you guys have comments as I go along or things that you want to chime in with and you want me to discuss, then drop them out there and I'll do my best to do it. Amy Bean is in the house. I guess she's either doubling up, checking out our stream here, or she's I talked to her just a little bit ago and she was Zooming a class. So maybe class is over, or maybe she's doubling up. Daniel Lemons is in the house. What's happening? Our first Wichita Falls, Texas crew to check in. We had a big Texas crew this weekend. It was great. I guess because nothing's happening in Texas race-wise, except you guys in Wichita Falls are doing your little dirt crit up there. So Amy says, doubling up. Don't tell my professor. I know, right? I was doing a bunch of school Zoom meetings this year, and I wasn't in charge of the meeting. I was just kind of running the meeting behind the scenes as the tech guy to make sure that everybody was muted and all that, but I didn't have to actually speak. So I would stop my video and it would go to my profile picture. That way I could get up and go get coffee, and I could sit back and put my feet up and no one would know. Okay. Let's I guess I'm gonna go ahead and where we are. We're 4 minutes in, so I'll go ahead and just jump into this. Again, if you guys are out there, be sure and drop a comment in. Love to hear from you. And with the new format, I can't see when you join, so you have to actually comment, say hi or something of that nature to let me know that you've checked in. And so say hi, and I'll keep the interaction going. And also, as I said, if you guys have questions, comments, addendums, things you would like me to talk about that I have not, then throw it out there, and I'll see what topics I can hit. You know me, I love to ramble. Mike Pickles says, finally in the groove, rock and roll. Looking forward to riding with you, Mike. That's Mike Pickle. Michael Bond just joined in. Cheers. What's happening, Michael Bond? Looks like Mr. Pickles' wife's headed out of town, so he's going to come down to my way and do a little gravel riding in the morning. So it's going to be pretty rough on me. We're supposed to ride at 9. Man, I am so in COVID, working from home, summer school mode, whatever you want to call it, because I'm off in the summers too anyway. Man, I'm usually not even out of bed till like 8:30. I'm usually only getting my first cup of coffee about 8:45. So I think getting up and around and being on the bike by 9 is going to be pretty rough for me in the morning, but I'll make it happen. I'll have to go to bed right after the show tonight. Usually I stay up late because I get to drinking and I get to talking after the show to my kids and stuff, and then I stay up late. So I'm gonna have to go to bed early tonight. See if I can break that 9 o'clock sleeping in habit. Alrighty, let's. I'm trying to decide what order I'm gonna do here. Let's see. I'm going to talk about the schedule change. So I'm going to make this announcement on Tour de Dirt and OK Trail, mountain bike trail conditions, and share it around a little bit. Or you guys can go ahead and do that for me if you want to. But I'm going to go ahead and make the official announcement tonight. So I talked to the Turkey Mountain promoters, Ray and John, and the situation in Tulsa is a little tenuous at this point. We're having an increase in some of the COVID cases, and unfortunately what that means is that it means it's going to be very difficult to get a permit for Turkey Mountain through the city. It's really kind of unknown whether they might be able to now, they might not, or they might be able to get it. And then if things change between now and their October 4th date, then who knows? But anyway, the whole point is that it's a big risk because they have to promote it. They have to invest money and time and a lot of things. And all of that has to be done early now when things are still a little bit unknown in their particular situation. It's not the same at our other venues. We got the permit pretty easily for RDR. Looks like it's not going to be a problem for the other venues that we're aware of unless things change significantly because of the entities that we're dealing with. Sorry, my nose is itching a little bit. I just ate, and so my nose is kind of runny, and then my mustache is poking me. But anyway, the whole point is that there's a risk that they would go to all this trouble to promote their event, spend the money to do whatever they need to do, and then they would possibly not be able to get a permit. And so instead of risking that, they've decided to just cancel for this year. We'll bring them back on board next year, and hopefully things will be settled down by then. So we're looking at a 7-race series now. And I'll make that official on Tour de Dirt and make it shareable so we can get that out to all the things. Probably I may be able to do that afterwards if I remember to do it. I usually get so sidetracked from doing the show that I sometimes forget to do those things. But I'll do it in the morning otherwise. And we'll make adjustments from there. I still think that with a 7-race series, 3 drops, that puts us at the top 4 races. that will mean that I'll have to make a waiver for the 5 race minimum, obviously, since that 5 race minimum won't really necessarily be applicable if we're only counting 4 races. So I think that's what we'll just move it to 4 race minimum and 4 races count. And that sounds reasonable. So, I mean, that's the way I'm going to play it out unless things change. So again, Turkey Mountain canceled for the year. We will have that weekend open, and we'll just move on with our schedule as is. Blackwell before that, and then we'll have a little bit of a gap. We'll have Claremore, and then Sooner Stampede and Medicine Park. We'll finish with Medicine Park for the season finale. Let's see. Scott Hutchins checked in. Scott Hutchins, good to see you and all the crew. Big Tex, Reed, Tatum, Shelly, all you guys. Glad you guys all came down, and I miss you guys. I think maybe here in the next couple of weeks I'll be crit ready, and maybe I'll come up and check out your crit while I'm doing it. So. Oh, Mike Pickle, no. Mike says we can go at 10. It's up to you, Mike. I mean, I could do 10, but I was really mainly just kidding. I just need to get my ass up out of bed and quit dicking around in the morning. I'll be good. Darren Flynn, hey, what's happening, Darren? Thanks for checking in. All righty. Let's see what we got, what I'm going to do. I've got my notes, but I'm kind of flipping the order to try to get the order that works the best that I like. So I want to do a real brief talk about NICA. NICA is basically junior high, high school mountain biking in schools. We've talked about this before. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's a national organization. Other states have it. I think Texas I think Texas still has it. They were hot and heavy with it. It's basically an organizational structure. I would say it's kind of like, for us, it's kind of like having USAC as an organizational structure behind you. It's actually a little more than that, but that gives you kind of an idea what it was. I mean, you have to have someone develop it locally, but you have an organizational structure behind you to support you, and that's kind of what this is. And NICA, N-I-C-A, National, gosh, I should know what it is, what it stands for, but I'm blanking on it. I was looking up domains and should actually know it, but I'll just look it up. What does it stand for? NICA.org. Oh, wow. So apparently NICA.org is not the website, because NICA.org stands for National Ice Carving Association. There's one I bet you didn't know. Oh, goodness. I'm not even going to look it up. It just keeps coming up. So anyway, I'm going to go on. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I have a fly buzzing me. But yeah, basically it's high school mountain biking, middle school mountain biking. It's really, really huge right now in Arkansas. Some of their NICA races have 400 and 500 and 600 kids. They're having, they have three to four times as many racers in middle school and high school as we do in our adult races. It's quite an event, quite a thing that's getting a lot of kids on bikes and introducing it to them in middle school and high school, which is, I mean, for a sport that I love, an unbelievable thing. I mean, I can't imagine what it would have been like for me to have discovered that I could actually race my bike in high school. I'm not sure I could have been pulled out of the gym because I was such a gym rat, but maybe if I discovered this in junior high, I would not have been a gym rat, and I would have been enjoying cycling instead. But who knows? I discovered it late in life. I'm glad I did. But I think we all know how important it is to discover these things at such an early age, especially so many kids that often don't have a place. They don't have, they don't fit in with the basketball team, or they don't fit in with the football team, or they don't fit in with the volleyball team or the golf team, or, whatever those, Oklahoma sports are. And to throw out a thing like cycling, it's just really different. And it takes a little bit to step outside your box to be able to do that, especially with your peers. But I think right now what's really, really cool about it is that we have so many young racers that are doing this. And a lot of that for us in Oklahoma it started with the Tulsa movement. So that, I give props to all, the crew in Tulsa. Sound Pony was very important with that. I know Adam Vandenberg has done a lot of work with that. And there's a whole crew of people that kind of adopted some of the Arkansas methods, and they started that in Tulsa, doing bike club and things of that, in Oklahoma Flyers. Oklahoma City has now been moving in that direction, and we have a pretty strong bike club movement as well, with groups that are getting we're getting bike club into schools, and we're looking at our own Oklahoma City Flyers team, which is just basically it's this Oklahoma Flyers, but we're getting the Oklahoma City side of that as well as the Tulsa side, because those are the two main metros in our state. And then we're hoping to be able to transition that into more access into schools, and then eventually turn our state in a direction where we have the ability to have races. And our goal is 2022. It's 2020, obviously. Our goal is to do all the prep work and all the initial work, and in 2022 be able to actually start our first NICA season here in the state of Oklahoma, locally, and that is our goal. I think it's great, and we've got Jeremy Collins leading the Oklahoma City side. We've got several people, the people that I mentioned, the Sound Pony crew, along with several others. I'm not sure who all the main players are in the Tulsa area, but those will all be coordinated and working together. Right now, we're still looking at organizing, developing coaches, reaching out to schools, developing a board, getting a website so that we can have some information out there locally. And, so anyway, it's in the works. It's still got a lot of work to do. We're not making a lot of public information because right now there's a lot of just gears that need to be turned internally before we start reaching out. But anyway, I think it's great. And one of the things that I feel that are really neat right now in the state, I feel that we have a bunch of great kids that are very diverse, very young, and they don't fit the mold for all those other athletic sports, but they're excelling like you would not believe in cycling. One just left, my buddy Kai Cordes just left to go on a cycling scholarship to Durango, Colorado, go ride his bike on scholarship. And we still have some younger kids that are still in school right now. And I think that all of those kids give credit to the program. So it makes it, so when when you have a program, you're like, oh man, I don't know if I want to go wear tights and ride bikes. But then you see, somebody over here, you see Malachi Jackson, Malachi Caldwell, Xavier, Jackson Hall, you see those guys and you're just like, oh, well, if they're doing it, they're pretty cool. Maybe I'll go ride bikes too. So I think we have a good leadership that's not adult. We have good leadership already. They're young. And I hope that those young kids that are excelling so well can really be good leaders for the other ones that want to get in. And I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of the thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and just stop it right there. But yeah, I think it's something that we can look forward to. And our goal is hopefully we have the season rocking and rolling by 2020 and I'm sorry, 2022. And we have a lot of work to do in between then, but I think it's going to get done. And then Colton Albert, youngin on my team. I think he's 19, maybe 20 now. I don't know. I don't know if he's turned 20 yet. He says if cycling was a thing in high school or junior high, man, I know, right? And you're right there, just out of that, working and doing that as a 19-year-old. But man, you're right. Can you imagine if it was in high school? I mean, how baller would that be? Mike Pickle says started 15 years ago at 45. Yeah, I started earlier than you, Mike, but I didn't start till I was 30. So I'm with you. It would have been nice to have been starting earlier. Alyssa Lutz says the future looks bright. That is for sure. It does. All righty, I want to roll on to the next topic. Again, you guys be sure and comment. If you have any questions or things like that, let me know. And I'll you got to check in and say hi because I can't see you when you view. So. Colton says 19, but don't tell the sponsors with free beer. Hey, they just don't have to give you any free beer, so Oh, let's see. Alrighty, let's talk RDR, Red Dirt Rendezvous. All right, we're 21 minutes in, and yeah, we may finish up soon. I got a lot to say about RDR. Had a great time. Glad we're back to racing. David Copeland, cheap MTB in college was the first time I ever really exercised. Changed me. Heck yeah, David, for sure. The thing that I discovered was cycling. And even though I discovered it late in life, a lot of that has to do with the fact that I discovered it late in life. I would have loved to have discovered it sooner and given myself a chance to be at more of an elite level. Just never achieved that. I will never do that just because of my age. Done fairly well, but I figure, I'm definitely an amateur and will always be. But what I enjoyed about it was the fact that unlike all of my other chosen sports, for me, the main one was basketball. The simple fact is that you can't continue to play that late in life. For those of you that don't play basketball, it seems like a non-impact sport, but it's absolutely not a non-impact sport. It's a full impact sport. You're jumping and landing and cutting and turning, and you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff to your hips, ankles, knees, everything else. And you just can't do that late in life. And the thing is you can do cycling late into life because it's not an impact sport unless you crash, of course. And that happens to all of us, and things happen. But nonetheless, for the most part, you can continue to do this late in life, and not only do it competitively, but it is healthy for you. It allows you to live a healthier lifestyle and sometimes a better life because of the fitness and the physical activity that you get from it. It doesn't beat you down like other things. So, yeah. So 100%, David, I agree. All right. Red Dirt Rendezvous, RDR, Lake Draper. New promoter, Don Jonathan. Kevin Caldwell still in the mix, along with Team Phoenix and the whole crew. They got the they got the entire mix this year. So not only did we have this race with under COVID guidelines and COVID restrictions, which made things, I don't know. I was concerned and I was worried that things would be a little strange, but I think that they were not. I felt very comfortable. I felt very safe. I felt extremely happy to see all my cycling community and all my cycling friends. I've missed you guys. I've missed this whole family of people that, I mean, honestly, it's, I always laugh because it's like I live in Hobart. I live way out in Southwest Oklahoma. I love it out here. Have some great places to ride, hike, kayak, fish, all that good stuff. But I don't have a lot of friends out here. All of you guys in my cycling family are my friends because that's what I enjoy, and that's where my lifestyle is at. And so it was great to be back and see all of you again. And I think that from what I picked up on all the conversations and just talking to people, we were all in the same boat. I think everybody's been jonesing to get out and do something, and something that you felt somewhat safe doing, given the situation that we're in with the pandemic. And I feel that we held a fairly safe, we held a safe event, and we were yet able to still have fun and still have that camaraderie that we're used to and that friendship that we're used to. We were outside, the wind was blowing. Most people did a really good job of physically distancing, and masks were worn, masks were not worn. Nobody pointed fingers at each other. Nobody had any partisan opinion. We were just there to hang out, see one another, ride, and race bikes. And it was awesome. So props to all the promoters and all the Team Phoenix crew that pulled it all together. Did a great job. Event was, I had a ball. So let's see what all we want to talk about. So Jay Black says, cheers to all of us late bloomers. Yeah, Jay Black, you too. Yeah, you started like you were in your 40s already, I think, when you started. So Mike Pickle says, track, cross country, 1 mile, 2 mile. Dude, Pickle, I can't see you running 2 miles now, dude. I was an 800 man myself. The only regret I have athletically is not running track in college. And that brings that up. So now you guys know my one athletic regret. Oh, Jay Black. So I'm with you. Jeremy Black says it was honestly the best day I can remember in quite a while. Same. I've had some, I don't know. Well, I may have to retract that statement. I've had some pretty good days over the pandemic days from a personal standpoint. So I won't say that RDR was my best day, but I would say it was pretty good because I did get to share that with my significant other, who has not checked in tonight, by the way. She said she would, but she hasn't yet. Or at least she hasn't commented if she's watching. So, but I agree. It was a great time. I think we've all been missing those relationships. We've been missing those friendships. And it just happened, and it was fun. And I don't feel that there was any fear. I don't feel that there was any concern. I think people were cautious a little, and I think people, kind of watched what they were doing. But at the same time, I think that we were still able to safely have a real event. It was a real event. It was a real race. It was not modified to the point where it was not fun. I mean, it was we raced bikes. We raced bikes. I even raced after not, feeling well for some time, and I had a great time. And surprised myself and didn't die. So just loved it. Loved it. It was just great. Let's see. That's the wrong notepad. I have my other notes up here. Let's see. We had 137 racers, so turnout was excellent. Obviously, probably we could have turned out more than that at a normal RDR race, but they had all the problems. We had to rain twice. So it rains Friday. We have to cancel pre-ride half of Saturday. I went and pre-rode Saturday afternoon as soon as they opened the trail, and it was beautiful. But then my phone starts blowing up at about 5:30 on Sunday morning, and I'm just like, oh shit, it's raining and it's headed there. But it passed through quickly, and holy cow, we were just like, it's going to be beautiful. I know it's a little greasy, I think, for the novices when they started, but by the time they, were finishing, I think it was better. And then by the time that the Cat 1s and 2s went, it was. I'm not sure that Draper has ever been more perfect. Honestly, there were no mud. I think there was one mud hole with like 0.25 to go, and you could easily go around it. There wasn't, and that was it. Everything else was perfect. So it was just great. But yeah, I think a lot of people bailed because of the weather, and I'm sorry that you bailed because you missed the most perfect dirt ever. Katie Winters, awesome. Hey, Katie. Katie says a shout out to Amy for handling the Kids Cup in the middle of the adult races with approximately 1 million child riders. And Amy says, thank you. I'm going to talk about the Kids Cup here in a minute. I'm just going to save that for now. I actually have a this little thing I want to talk about with the Kids Cup. So Julie Denton says all the novices for sure. So I roll in. So, first of all, I'm texting Kevin and John and Dawn in the morning. It's raining. We're like, okay, we're going to delay the start an hour. And I'm like, whew, yes, I get to sleep a little bit longer. But I'm already awake, so I get up and I start my coffee and get my breakfast and, get ready. And it's like, man, I just need to get on out there. I figure if I get out there at 8:30, races have been moved to 10, it won't be too bad. I roll in at 8:30, and there is already a line of like 30 people waiting to get registered. And I'm like, oh, crap. I know they're all going to need plates. So I set up as quick as I can, and the next thing you know, I've got 20 people in line buying plates. There were so many new riders. I don't even know how. I'd have to go count. I mean, I could go count, but I didn't have time to do that. We had so many new Cat 3 riders. Because I just kind of talk to them as they come up and get their plate, and ask them, it's their first race, and I'm pretty sure at least 25 people tell me that this was their first race, and I'm not sure how many Cat 3s bought plates, but probably 40 or 50 bought plates. And that, because some already have their plates. But I mean, the start of the Cat 3 was pretty good. I mean, it was awesome. There were so many people. Anyway, again, I apologize. Former Cat 3s, now novices. I'm sorry. I'm never going to get that down. That's tricky. Just name change USAC. They're called novices instead of Cat 3s. So Jay Black says trail conditions could not have been better. You are right. Michael Bond says, dude, it was beautiful. Hey, Mike, I'm telling you, Michael Bond. Yeah, same. I was so stoked. Daniel Emmons says it was 100 times better Friday morning when I pre-rode. I was ecstatic about the course condition. Had an absolute blast. Biggest Cat 3 30 to 39 field of the year. Excellent. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I want to, before I move on to a little Kids Cup topic, I want to throw a shout out to Tom and Debbie Euglene. Those are our two race officials, and I just want to throw a shout out to them. Appreciate all the work that they do. They have pretty much just kind of taken over. Tom kind of mainly took over last year, dabbled a little the year before, and then Debbie got certified, and him and Debbie finished up last year, and then just owned this year. Honestly, it's one of those kind of things, along with so like them and along with Amy Bean, my Kids Cup director. I have people like that in place, and those are just things that I no longer think about. And I don't think about them because they do such a wonderful job. So Tom and Debbie, they do all of our officiating. They handle timing, you guys. They handle the results afterwards, and they handle everything of that. Amy handles everything Kids Cup. I was busy working because of the time frames of the way we did the starts this year with the Kids Cup. I was not able to get up to the Kids Cup, which I like to do, and just, to be present, but I couldn't do that because I was actually at the table selling plates still. And so I didn't get to see any of the Kids Cup this time. But as usual, Amy Bean does it all. She registers the kids. She starts the races. She catches the kid and scores the races. She basically does it all. So thumbs up to her for doing that. Kelly Farms Trails chimes in and says it was all nice and trimmed up too. Thanks to all the OEF and the Team Phoenix volunteers. Yep. So OEF jumped in. Didn't you guys have a work day? I think like the was it Saturday morning or was it? It was maybe it was the week before, but I know that OEF went out and helped Team Phoenix work on the trail prior to. So definitely thumbs up. Appreciate that. So. Very Diff and Dapper. Thank you. Yes, sir. So here, let me see if I can turn my camera. Very Diff and Dapper, my buddy out here, says you probably already commented. I haven't because no one's asked. I put it in here, but no one's asked. Says you probably already commented about it, but is that going to be your mom's bike? So I'm gonna go over here so I can move my camera. See if I can. Yep. So see that beauty right there? It's got a basket. It's got a cup holder. It's got some sweet tires. Single speed with a coaster brake. Nice, beautiful aqua color that actually my mom does like. So yes, I was. Let me turn this back and get back to my chair here. So I was talking to my mom. I don't know. A week ago, I guess, a week and a half ago, and she was like, I sure wouldn't mind having one of those beach cruisers right around the block. So I posted a post up, and I've had several options. Honestly, I had several comments, and a lot of people chimed in. And turns out one of my ladies that works in the elementary school office had one. Nancy, she purchased it 2 or 3 years ago. Rode it like twice, put it in her garage. It's in brand new mint condition. Tubes are great. Chain's perfect. Tightened up a few things, adjusted the seat, and it's good to go. So I'm going to deliver it to my mom probably later this week, and we'll see if she can still ride a bike. That'll be kind of interesting to see if she can get around the block. So. Philip Staten says the Sunday before. So OEF worked with Team Phoenix the Sunday before. That's right. It was the week before because everybody was asking if it was marked yet. And that was when we still didn't know the course exactly. So thanks for that, Philip. Hannah Bogowski says Amy is the best. Hannah, thanks for checking in. And it was great to see you and the fam. And it was awesome to see Cooper cruising on the pump track. I didn't actually get to see him race, but I saw him buzzing around up there later when all the kids are up there just messing around. Okay. I'm done with RDR unless you guys have anything to comment or anything to chime in about. If you do, please do. If you have any stories to tell or shout outs to happen, please do that. I do have one more topic, and a fun topic. It won't take very long. Oh yeah. My cardboard dough. I think Kevin Peak coined that the other day. Cardboard dough. I think that was it. Kevin Wagner says, "Hey, Kevin Wagner, good race this weekend, brother. You guys did well. Man, I was just stoked. I was stoked to still be in the hunt. Yeah. So, but good job on your you got third place, man. That's awesome. You're riding strong. Kids Cup. I want to talk Kids Cup. That's what I want to talk about. I've already mentioned Amy Peyton Bean, so I'm going to throw out a little something. I would love to have somebody, ideally, parent that has a kid racing, someone that can be there, and or it doesn't have to be. It just has to be someone that wants to help. Amy needs some help. We need some help. We don't need anybody to do anything crazy. All that. It's not like you're committed for the whole day. The races are a little early. We are trying to push the times back a little bit so that you don't have to be there quite so early. That's been a thing that we've been trying this year, to push those times back up so that you just don't have to be there quite so early, because that's really hard, especially when you're wrangling kids and things of that nature. But if you have an interest in helping with the Kids Cup, we would love to have some help. It may just simply be grabbing a clipboard from Amy, running down to the finish, and writing kids' numbers down as they finish. Could be as simple as that. And something like that would be a great help. So let us know if you're interested, and just private message me, private message Amy, and we can definitely hook you up. we're never not in need of great volunteers. So Amy Clark says, "Hey too." Amy Clark finally checked in. Hello, Amy. I was talking about you earlier. Kevin says you were being stalked. Not by me. That was Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon was riding awesome. And rode to a second place, I believe, to your third. And of course, Tripp walked away from all of us, but it looks like Ryan got close to him though. So yeah. Brian Steiner says, almost hit a deer or two during the race. Just me. I had some running in the side. They didn't actually get out on the course. So all right. Sorry, I got sidetracked with comments. But I want to talk more about Kids Cup. So we had a great. Well, first of all, I want to thank Amy for all the work she does, because she does all of the things. So she's the one taking the registration. So she's at the registration table registering you guys when you're registering your kids, giving you plates, getting you into the categories, helping you fill out the forms. And then she is organizing all the kids, taking the roll with all the kids. Then she's starting the races, and then she's catching the kids, and then she's tabulating the results. Then she's giving away the awards. And then she's contacting me and giving me the results so that I can get the standings done, which naturally I have not done. So I'm a slacker on that. I will hopefully work on that over the next couple of days. And get those done, and get those updated. So that's my goal. But my whole point is that Amy does so much for the Kids Cup, and I appreciate that. And we hope that we have one or two of you guys that would love to just step up and do one little thing. We really don't need someone to step up and do a lot. We just need you to do just one or two things, and it would really help so much. So, and Amy says, I love those kids so damn much. You do, and that's why you're great at that, and I love it. It's another one of those things that I don't have to think about because I know that you're just going to smash it. We had at RDR 34 kids. Oh, let me flip my sheet here. And I don't know. I think the biggest group were probably the Striders and the kids riding the pump track. I think there were like 10 or 12 of those kids. And then every lap that I did, and even when I finished my ride, there's still kids riding the pump track. So I think those kids rode all day. So I think I finished my race about 2, something like that. I don't know, 1:30 or 2. And when I finished, so the Kids Cup race was at 10:30. So they finished by 11. So when I finished at like 1:45 or whatever time I finished, there's still kids riding the pump track. So they've been riding all day. So it's just great to see them out and see them having such a great time. Of course, then outside of the pump track, I think the other important feature that you all missed was, so you know where the parking lot, has a little dip down and then it goes to the grass parking lot, kind of where we were crossing at Horseshoe. Well, so like early in the day, there were like 2 or 3 of the kids over there. They had like spoons and sticks and they made like a jump that was about this high and they were jumping off that lip out into the grass. So they were jumping that sucker all day long, which was awesome because you'd like see them lining up and they would blaze in front of the Terry's and the Medicine Park crew guy, and they would like blaze and they'd hit that little jump and go off in the grass. So I mean, that was a blast just watching the kids. And they did that all day. They were doing that. They were still doing that when we were doing awards for the Cat 1s and 2s. So anyway, so great Kids Cup turnout. Super pumped that all the parents came out. I do want to make a note. We tried this and then the timing got a little messed up. We were flipping because, we always do Kids Cup first, then we do the novices, and then we do later in the day, we do the 1s and 2s. We tried flipping and doing the Cat first and then doing the Kids Cup, but they were still pretty close together because of the delay. And so that was just kind of a trial and error thing. We thought we'd give it a shot and see how it played out. And I mean, really and truly from the people that I've talked to, it didn't work very well. So we're going to go back to the traditional, most likely, and we're going to do Kids Cup first, then we're going to do the novices, and then we'll later in the day do the 1s and 2s. So for those of you that are watching the parent and have parents, that's probably that. I mean, that's what we're going to do from here on out, just because it's more efficient. Anyway, so you got to try to do new things. We did. Sometimes it worked, sometimes not. And in this particular case, it didn't work. It didn't work for the kids and the parents, and it was just it was hard because there was so much mixture, especially if you were a parent racing Cat 3 and you had a child racing. So yeah. All right, I have one more thing. Let me see if I've missed anything. I don't think I've missed anything. So I'm going to go to my last subject, still Kids Cup. If you guys have any questions, comments, you better throw them out. Fun stuff you want to throw out, I don't care. Hit me. I'll see what I can do. And in the meantime, I'm going to finish up with this last subject. So Amy Bean created this, and I think it was a great idea. So several years ago, she decided that at the end of every Kids Cup race, so we do awards for 3 of the categories, and then of course the Striders and the young kids, they just get participation awards. But we actually require licenses for our pretty much 6 to 12-year-olds because they are racing real races. They get first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever they get. They get awards based on that. They get points based on that. They can and they can win a state championship jersey, even though it's not an official USAC acceptable thing. I give them a state championship jersey because I feel that they earned it and they deserve to have a jersey just like the grown-ups. Simple as that. But it's not always about first place, second place, third place. Sometimes it's about anything. It could be first race. It could be just somebody's, they crashed and they had they sucked it up. They got back on their bike and they just did something, it's not about winning. It's about effort. It's about positivity. It's about happiness. It's about loving it. It's about all of those things that as adults we strive for. And sometimes it's just glaringly obvious in some of these wonderful kids because these kids don't have the filters that you and I have. And Amy created an award called the Superstar Award. And she just awards this to a random kid who does something phenomenal in her eyes as she's watching these races. And she just picks someone out because they've done something that's important. Doesn't mean that they've won. And in fact, most of the time, these racers that do something important don't win, but they do something important. And she gives them an award for this and recognition for this. And I feel that it's very important for those kids to get that. Because it's not about winning. It's about something that they've done that was hard. It's something that they've done that was strong, and they deserve to be rewarded for that effort. And today's shout out for the Superstar Award for RDR, Red Dirt Rendezvous, is Abby Wren. Abby Wren, ABBYWREN. So if you guys know Abby, or if you know Abby's mom and dad, give them shout outs. So this is her first race. I believe she was in the 10 to 12. And with the Kids Cup, as you guys know, we don't have the ability because of the numbers to separate boys from girls. So it's really hard because, everybody's maturing at different levels, and sometimes they're equal, and sometimes the boys are bigger, and sometimes the girls are bigger. And so physically, it's kind of a crapshoot. But at this age group, you're looking at Abby racing with a bunch of boys. It was her very first race, and she struggled, but she had a ball. She finished, and because of her hard work and her effort, she won the Superstar Award. They ride for Melon Bike, so thumbs up to Melon Bike. And so she did wonderful. She was her first race. She had no idea. The parents were worried, and afterwards, I believe after she got the award, she told Amy that she can't wait to race bikes again. So she was probably a little frustrated because I think because she was at the back of the pack, but she didn't quit. She kept racing. She stuck it out, and I'm not sure that there's a better example for all of us grown-ups than Abby Wren. So take note, watch these young kids, and I think some of you grown-ups need to look and see what some of these youngins are doing. So anyway, good story, and I hope this message gets back to her parents, and I hope this message gets back to her, and I can't wait to see if she comes out to our next races. So congratulations, Abby. Glad you're racing. Welcome to Tour de Dirt. Welcome to Kids Cup, and congratulations for your Superstar Award. So, alrighty. I don't think I have anything else. I'm 54 minutes in. I'm gonna knock this out in under an hour unless some of you guys give me some crazy questions. See if I missed anything. I got NICA. I've got Turkey. So just a synopsis, I guess, really real quickly. Oh, Amy, you bet. Amy says, thank you so much for highlighting the Kids Cup. Amy, you deserve it. You guys deserve it. And honestly, I probably should do it more. I really should. But I'm glad. I'm glad it just worked that way. And you guys deserve it because the kids are where it's at. And I honestly really look forward to. I think that our Kids Cup can be a really, really good transition into Bike Club eventually, and I think it could be a good transition into NICA. So I think that all the things that we talked about with those today, I think could possibly be very, very good transitions. So I don't know how all it's going to play out in the future, but I really like the program that we have and the way that we're leading the kids to these things. So. Jay Black. No, I did not. I had no clue. I literally just now saw that. Okay, so Jeremy Black says, did you park the trailer in your window intentionally? So if you guys look up, and I mean, it's going to be, here it is. It's over here. That's a Turd Dirt trailer parked in my driveway out front. No, I totally did not realize that I did. I mean, the trailer is always there. I didn't bring it this weekend because I was trying to like just cram everything in my car because I had several drives. No, but there's the Turd Dirt trailer. Sponsor names are underneath. You just can't see them because my window is small. So that is a great catch. Oh, man. Mike Pickle says, I want a lava lamp. Yeah, my lava lamp's not in here. I took it out. I moved it in my bedroom. I've been getting a lot of, I may have to move it back out here. I used to have it like sitting on this table here. It's hard with the video to get my hand to go where it wants to go. But I may have to bring the lava lamp back out. I've been getting criticisms that I should put it back. So I might have to bring it back. All right, quick synopsis. NICA is rocking and rolling. NICA is high school, middle school, mountain biking. Looking at 2022, we're in the works. We're in the works setting up a board, setting up information, getting people involved. That is in the works. Turkey Mountain, unfortunately, this year is going to be canceled. We'll bring it back next year. Just too many issues with possible permits and COVID and things of that nature. And they have probably been the unluckiest group of promoters on the face of the planet over the last 3 to 4 years. So fingers crossed that 2021 they get the most perfect conditions and the most perfect everything because they deserve it. We talked RDR and all the great things that happened at RDR and racing again and seeing all of our friends again. And then we talked. I hope it was a fun story. I mean, I enjoy talking about the Kids Cup because just seeing those kiddos running and racing and all the great work that Amy does is pretty cool. And then I really love talking about Abby and her perseverance in her first race and her getting the Superstar Award. So I hope all you guys can take some motivation from that. And we have a gap. I mean, there's some events. I think there's some gravel events. I'm not sure exactly what all events are for the next couple of months, but we will kick back up in September and finish in late October with the remainder of our season. So we have a little bit of a gap for Turd Dirt, and we'll see how things play out. We'll knock the season out. In the meantime, you guys keep training, keep riding, keep having fun, and be safe. And I will see you guys next week. So Peace out. Have fun.